The free internet is over. Lost revenue, views, and less privacy. The internet was somewhat free, but now it feels like a paywall. Less privacy, more control. We've seen subscriptions on the rise, VPN surges, age restrictions, and verifications to the point where you need to share your ID to confirm your age to save your page. We'll be seeing more of these changes come into effect once Australia's stuff comes into play in December of this year. We all think it's bad now, but it's only going to get worse. I'm scrolling through my bookmarks and you can see stuff from verifications to Roblox, other news, and just so much stuff I've shared in all my videos, which you should probably go check out. I do think the internet isn't safe, but I think it's the parents' job to secure their kids doing and what they're doing, because now the government is doing what parents should be doing. And that's not a good thing. It's getting so bad that people are signing a petition to get rid of AI verification stuff, but I don't think it will change anything. But I'm glad people are sharing their concerns with this. From what I've looked into, YouTube scans every video using AI, but now it's also getting checked using looking for your age. Let's repeat that. It's now also checking your age and giving away, well, I wouldn't say giving away, but it's gathering private information by using your ID, by identifying you using your ID, which has your address, name, etc. Was this really about the kids? I'm not sure. If you look at gaming online, we've had to deal with cheaters and hackers for years, yet nothing changes or gets fixed. These companies making hacking devices keeps coming. They keep coming. They keep making more and more cheats and hacks and things to squirm around these games. More hacks keep coming. None of these hacks get tackled. None of these things get tackled. There's a law from the 1990s when it comes to this stuff, but it's so outdated that the law does nothing, really. It just does nothing. Will hacking and online cheaters be next? Because if not, is it really? Will hacking and online cheaters be next? Because if not, is it really about the kids? Is it really for the kids? That's just something I ask myself. We've dealt with cheaters and hackers for many years. If it's not about the kids, is it more so about our data and finding things out about us? Like, people are going to lose revenue from this. People are going to notice view drops eventually. Once these things come into fruition, once things start to happen in other countries, other places, it's going to happen. Once everything comes into play and other countries do these acts, it's over. Free internet, or so we thought. We thought the internet was free. We thought, we did have to pay for it to an extent, but things are changing. It's gone. It's over. We sold ourselves. We sold ourselves to the internet, to these premiums and all these things, to use the internet. By the way, Volkswagen has launched a horsepower option under a paid subscription option. So you have to have a paid subscription to boost up or get the horsepower for your Volkswagen. So a lot of these car companies and places, probably like food places, who knows, food places might even put food under paywalls or something like that. You never know, man. It's crazy. Everything's gonna be paywall, bro. That's a little bit off topic, but something that's also changing. That's upgrades on the car and many other things, I'm sure. But back to the internet stuff. This is a serious thing, because once you go one way, you just can't go back from it. It's just there by default, and we'll be stuck with it, as if we were in quicksand. You're just stuck, and it'll take a lot of us to get out of this AI slump. This is the age verification era, and it seems as if it came out of nowhere. But I think they've been talking about it for a bit now, but it's happening and things are changing drastically. The internet is changing due to rapid advancements in technology, shifting user behaviors, and evolving societal needs. Innovations like 5G, artificial intelligence, and decentralized platforms are enhancing connectivity, enabling smarter content delivery, and fostering new models like Web3, VO3, all these other things, all these other stuff, all these other deep fake stuff, all these AI stuff, you know what I mean? Which emphasizes user ownership and privacy. Meanwhile, growing concerns over data security, misinformation, and digital equity are driving regularity changes in platform accountability. User preferences are also shifting towards immersive experiences such as the metaverse, short-form content, longer-form content, while global events and economic pressures reshape how people access and interact with online spaces. These dynamic collectively push the internet towards greater interactivity, personalization, and complexity. Yes, this is all good stuff, but at the same time, will we go too far and add too much control in the place that should be private, in a place that should be private, in a place where we vent to get away from real life? The one thing about the internet is we come here to vent, we come here to talk about things and want to be anonymous, and now the whole platform has shifted into a counterintuitive way where things are not like that no more. Now everything's going to be blasted out there. You know, a lot of things are going to be out there. You know what I mean? Overall, we have subscription models, data monetizations, paywalls, censorship on news, videos, and movies and shows, freemium limitations, like free things with, you know, paywall, like Crunchyroll and stuff like that, infrastructure costs, ad blocker pushback, VPN surge up, content creator economy, i.e. Patreon making things less free because you have to watch things behind a paywall. That's why people get Patreon, so they can get extra money. It's also, you know, a benefit for them, but it's just, you know, it's a paywall. You know, regularity, compliance, cloud and storage fees, market consolidation, age verifications, age restrictions, reading private messages. They're adding more ads to free services. News content is more expensive, especially with paywalls on some apps. Certain educational things were free, but now aren't. That's a lot of things, you know. Censorship, like on news, like for here's an example. Like I was watching I was reading an article, and the article got censored, and you have to put in your age to verify that you're over 18 just to read the article. That is censorship. That is censoring out the truth, out what's happening. And if you're not over the age, you can't look at the article. So that's kind of crazy. The internet used to be free, used to be more free, because a lot of people would say the internet was never free, but it was in a way. It used to be really free, man. You used to find a lot of information on the internet. The internet was supposed to be a library. You know what I mean? The internet was supposed to be a place where we find things and find information that we need to make us smarter, to indulge and take in and soak in all the things that we don't know. And we can't do that no more because things get censored, things get hidden. You know, there's the search engine is just so bad now. Back to 12 years ago, the internet was so good. You were able to find everything. That's why that's the whole reason why people were doing conspiracy videos. That's why conspiracy videos were doing so well, because there was so many things to find on the internet, but then they buried it. They buried it until you can't find it no more. It's crazy stuff, bro. So the internet used to be more free, not fully free. You obviously had to pay to be on the internet, but everything has gotten so expensive that just to browse on the internet and to do things, you need to spend money on certain things, you know, to go on certain things, to listen to Spotify, to have a better experience. Again, paywall. Everything's paywall. To go on X, you have to pay to get better features, to boost out your tweets. To go on Instagram, you need a paywall. Snapchat, paywall. TikTok, paywall. Everything is paywalls. Nothing's free no more. Like on Twitter and X, or the old Twitter. Like you used to be able to post something like just for free, no subscription, none of that, and your post would get seen if it's actually good, right? Not the case no more. That's not the case no more, dude. I understand people need money and such, but things are so expensive. Example, and this is a weird example. It's probably not relatable, but it's an example. It costs $20 for one skin in Fortnite. One skin. Not a battle pass, not a brand new game, but a cosmetic skin. A skin that will not do anything or benefit you in any way unless there's like maybe like some weird animation that makes it better, right? There's that, right? But at the same time, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a skin, right? Bad example. Like I said, bad example, but it's just like things are expensive. That's my point. That's my point. From premiums to subscriptions to, there's a bunch of movie platforms. There's a bunch of just social media platforms. There's Twitch, there's Kick, there's streaming platforms. There's so many things, you know what I mean? And you got to pay for all this. You got to pay for bills. You got to pay for gas. You got to pay for this. You got to pay for food on the table. You got to pay for a lot of things, clothes, toilet paper, whatever, but there's things that stack up. That's why things are it's so hard to live by yourself nowadays. Like if I wanted to live by myself and live in a apartment by myself, and it costs a lot, especially where I live in what state I live in. It's expensive, you know what I mean? Very expensive to live by yourself nowadays. It's very bad. And being on the internet, it makes it worse. Having the internet, all these things on the internet, it's just it really does feel like you have to be rich to even enjoy the internet nowadays. I feel like the internet's going to be all about I guess you would say proving that you have money, like, oh, I'm verified, like gloating and all that stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense to people, but I feel like it's more for rich people now, like rich, middle class. It's just, it's just hard to get noticed out there without having that money or that, that boost to your analytics and your profile and stuff like that. Excuse me. I'm all for protecting the kids, making the internet safer, making sure the internet is the best it can be. But the more I look into this stuff, the more news I hear and the more I see online, free internet is gone. It's now an illusion. The internet is no longer free, ever. It never will ever be free, even if it was just slightly to a degree. It's now an illusion to the full degree. And even though it wasn't fully free, it's nowhere near to being free no more. It's nowhere near to being free anymore. It's more of a paid service than it being free. I mean, we used to have payphones and click Kodak cameras, but now things are changed, and things are still changing. The internet and real life, from laws to internet. Will the internet ever bounce back and be the best it can be, or will it just fall through the cracks and lose out on something good and lose privacy for more control? It sounds good on paper, but could it be used for bad? I worry for that, and when that time comes, it just won't be good. Overall, things are getting very serious. This is our life and our future kids, family, and friends' lives. We should be making sure they live good lives, and I feel like we are repeating history and it's going to make it bad for the future generations. Anyways, these are my thoughts. I'm curious to what you all think about this, from AI to robots to Neuralink, age restrictions, etc. So many things. Please share your thoughts down below and tell me what you have pondering in your brain. I would appreciate people's opinions on this matter and where everything else is at on this spectrum for you. And thanks for watching. All right, so I'm going to bounce now here. This video was scripted. I wrote all this down by myself, and I wanted to convey and give things on my mind that I wanted to share. And I feel like when I don't script it, it's not as good, and I feel like I leave things out and stuff like that. But overall, hopefully you enjoy. Make sure you like the video. Go check out my other videos. I talked about a lot of other things. This is a faceless video. I just showed you a bunch of things that I bookmarked, and we're going to just scroll through it. You know what I mean? this this is a crazy time, man. This is a crazy time, and I want people to be aware, to pay attention to news, and to fight back. Definitely sign that petition. Take on that role. Save our countries, save your country, save your wherever you live in the world, man. We can fight this, but once it passes, once it gets through, it's gonna be harder to come back. So at the end of the day, go check out my other videos. Go see what's going on. Go see what all the other things. Go subscribe to my channel. Again, subscribe, and have a great day. It's your boy A1. A1. Choo choo choo. Hey, peace out. Later.